So, we're back. And, oh, now I remember. So at the end of the last episode, I got that black mask, which is all the way up here, which is something you're supposed to do way later. But again, because this game is so open, it's possible to complete story-critical quests earlier than necessary, but only in specific instances.
You got the highly offensive island black mask?
Yeah. And, now the game is starting to throw Hill Gygases at me, which, if you'll remember, I encountered a Hill Gygas... Gigas? One or the other. On the Dreadnought about 2 dungeons ago. It was a super enemy inside one of the chests that kicked my ass. So I just barely scraped by, but now it's becoming a regular enemy.
It's just your everyday...
Yeah, your everyday mid-squat shitter. And so now I'm starting to realize I gotta spend a lot of time leveling up, don't I? Well, air quotes leveling up. As much as you can in this game. So we finally get to the castle we were supposed to go to before that last dungeon.
And you were like, I can't do this. I can't.
I can't. I gotta...
Fion's just like, alright, come on, what are you gonna say? What are you gonna say when you see him?
Then I'm like, what if this is a dungeon, right? What if this is a dungeon that's just gonna kick my ass? I should probably... I'm gonna save. Just in case. And then it turns out there's nothing in here.
Nothing?
Except some shitting little child.
Who?
I'm gonna tell Mommy! Yeah, that's the kind of kid we're dealing with. 4 strangers walk in. One of whom is a dumb, muscular idiot. The other is a sexy, sodomizing pirate. And he's gonna tell his mommy about the sodomizing pirate.
Mommy, she's famous for something called sodomy?
Sodomy? Mommy, can I get a sodomy?
I heard she's famous for it.
Alright, I'm gonna bring her $1 and ask for a sodomy.
His mom's all like freshening herself up a bit, like, oh, Leela's here. The Dread Pirate Leela, famous for her sodomy.
Ooh. Better get my lavender oils out. So she tells us about the Windrake and the pendant. And the pendant is our next critical... This is weird. This isn't a dungeon. It's built like one. There are no enemies in here. But it still has empty rooms, like the actual dungeons do. This feels like it was supposed to be a dungeon, but for some reason got cut. Just the whole way it's built, especially with the empty nothing room, feels like this is somewhat cut content, or repurposed content at any rate.
Oh, hell yeah.
There's at least some chests in here, but they're filled with items I'm never going to use. And now I'm running into inventory space problems. Because remember, this game only gives you 63 item spaces. And every key item you get takes up one of those spaces. So the ring, the pass, the canoe, shit I don't need anymore, is still in there, it's still taking up space. And so is that black mask that I don't need yet.
At least a canoe is taking up the same space as, like, I don't know...
And potion.
And clove of garlic.
Yeah. Well, that's the old... That's the old World of Warcraft joke. And like, oh wait, I have all these scrolls, may as well teach some magic to my idiots.
Oh, thank you. Gus, you're like, alright Gus, you're gonna learn how to heal someone.
Plus heal good.
And he casts heal on like a squirrel with like a, wounded leg, and it just like explodes.
Griggs, now is not the time to play with your squeaky spiky ball. I know you love attention. So it kind of sucks, because every time I open one of these chests, I'm like, I hope there's a weapon in here, or a pile of money, but all it is items I'm never going to use. Except that one. That was a winged blade, and I finally get a sword upgrade. Which I've been using a mithril sword for the longest time, and let's see, what was the actual increase? 26 to 48.
Oh, wow.
That almost doubled his attack power. Because that's how long this game goes without giving you weapon upgrades. It gives you weapons a lot, but because it has weapon skills, you don't necessarily want to use them, because even if a weapon is more powerful, it might be a different type of weapon, and so you don't have the skill for it, which means it's going to be far, far weaker. Sometimes I just grin and bear it, and I think, well, they'll get good with it eventually, and then I'll benefit from this, but most of the time it's go, fuck! Fuck!
I like how there's this mother and son living in this destroyed castle, and they have like a few belongings, and you're just like, mine now!
Yeah, they're few... What little they have left is mine. Fuck them.
Mine now! Go ahead.
This long sword.
Go ahead and tell Mommy. I don't care. What are you gonna do about it, mommy? She's like, nothing.
And I initially bought all these potions and antidotes before I realized that items don't stack. Before I realized you get 63 item
It's not
spaces,
like-
but each item takes up 1 space.
It's not like potion times 16 taking
Exactly.
up 1 space.
So I bought like 10 at the beginning and then went, oh.
Unicorn horn, don't need that.
Nope. I know unicorns are rare, and this thing should be worth a fortune. I don't need it. Fuck it.
God, need that space. But it's a unicorn horn. I don't care. What does it even do?
So what she told us is that her husband went to this cave to the north, and something. Basically, we have to go up there and get his pendant, or a pendant from a dragoon, for reasons.
She just really needs that pendant back. Gotta go hawk that shit. Was that a term you ever got like familiar with living
Hawk?
in Idaho? Yeah, like hawking something.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah. I'm gonna go hawk that.
Is that's like totally a product of where we grew up
Yeah.
in our family situations? Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
Well,
hawk this ring.
hawk this jewelry. I never thought anything of it. It was like, well, yeah, you take your stuff down to the pawn shop and you hawk it.
Like, where does it? Rig, stop with the licking. He just
That was a shame.
pouts so
Oh.
hard. Like, is there a difference between hawking and pawning something, or is it
No.
just like that's just?
I think it's
somehow,
just a colloquialism.
Yeah, gonna hawk it.
Yeah.
You mean you don't have money, so you're gonna put up one of your valuables as
get money.
collateral
Yeah.
for money?
At least the payday loan thing wasn't quite an institution when
Oh,
we were
yeah.
young. Because now, if they had been, I'm sure my parents would be way more fucked than they are now.
Was that the tent?
That was a cottage.
Oh, I was like, fuck, that
Yeah.
was fancy.
Well, that's why it's so fancy. It's a cottage.
How the fuck do you just make a cottage happen all of a sudden? Like, what?
You carry it in your backpack, and then you throw that thing up.
Like the raw materials, you
Yeah.
build it, or
Yeah.
it's like an inflatable one?
So I fucked up here somehow because I went in here once and I got the pendant, and then I explored way deep down and came back up, and then I suppose I forgot to save because I came back in here to actually record, and suddenly all the chests I had opened were full, and there's a little shining bit on the skeleton where I got the pendant. I didn't notice at first. I thought, oh, I missed a chest, and then I went down a floor, saw that the skeleton was shiny. I went, wait a tick. Check my inventory. There's no pendant here.
Oh, damn.
Oh, god damn it. Looked at my characters. Oh, god damn it. His corpse is just a big helmet. Don't even know why he's down here. Or why he died in here. He just did.
He got wounded and just crawled into a hole like cat or something.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm gonna die in here. No one look at me.
This is a good place to die. Wait, this is a terrible place to die. What am I doing?
My wife needs this pendant. She's gotta hawk it. She needs to pay the power bill.
Oh my god.
She didn't budget correctly, and now she needs to hawk some family jewels.
I remember when I was 18, immediately after graduating high school. I'll talk about this in a moment because we're about to talk to this air dragon. Airworm. Come on, let's fight together. You're a badass dragon. The Wind Drake's like, no, I'm poisoned though. What do you mean you're poisoned? Then you ask about some shit and he gives you a dragon egg.
I just shit this out. Here, take it.
So now we need to go back to that cave we were just in, but we need to take an alternate path. When I talked about Final Fantasy 1, I explained that it would often ask you to backtrack significantly and then return to the dungeon
Yeah.
to go even further, especially with the Earth Cave, where you go down 3 floors and you have to go back up, then you have to go back to go down 5 floors to finally fight the Lich.
Yeah.
In this particular dungeon, it asks you to go into the cave, down into the 2nd floor, but only to one specific part of the 2nd floor. And I cut out most of this dungeon because it was just... It's kind of a maze, and I kept going, just getting turned around, I had no idea where to go, and I said, fuck it. Fuck it. But in this case, it only asks you to go into a specific portion of the 2nd floor that you can access and exit immediately. So it's not bad.
That's not
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah, we're gonna fight this goober. For some reason, it's just standing watch over this spring.
It's my spring.
Yeah. But even when I was 18, my parents were still struggling with fucking money to the point where... And now there's 4 of them for some reason. And apparently I level up Leela significantly. And my party, god damn. Gus has twice as much health.
Wow, Gus, way to go.
But I remember what happened. I think it was immediately after I graduated high school, and I was sitting around the house before I left for the Marine Corps, and the power just went out. And my mom was super stressed because obviously they couldn't pay the power bill, and
she thought it was a bluff. That they won't turn it off.
Yeah, and my grandparents had given me a laptop, a simple laptop, but good laptop for 2005.
Yeah,
as a high school graduation gift, and I had that laptop, but I also had my old PC that they got me with their tax return back in, I think, 2002.
Yeah.
So it was only a few years old at the time. And I'm like, hey, you could go pawn this? Like, even then, it was still just a solution that I didn't think anything of.
Yeah.
It's like, that's just what you do. Sometimes you can't pay the power bill, so you gotta go hawk something.
And then you grow up and you're like, wait a minute.
That whole situation was fucked up.
You prioritize things like paying the bills. Damn it.
You pay your bills, and then you buy cigarettes. And then you worry about getting Christmas gifts for people. Only after the bills are paid, for fuck's sake.
I remember when I would somehow come into money, whether it was doing the random blood testing for lead poisoning.
Oh, yeah.
Or the or maybe birthday money. Or the very, very rare instance in where I would perhaps get an allowance for doing backbreaking labor.
Oh, yeah.
Which didn't happen very often. And I was like, oh, cool. Well, I don't have anything to spend this money on, so I'm going to put it in a little safe, and I'll just save it until the one day we do go to the bigger town 40 minutes away, and I'll buy a game
and pop
or
over to Coeur d'Alene or Spokane.
Yeah, and it was just so often that I would have like this, 20 to $60 hanging out, and then I would just, mom or the stepdad would be extra nice all of a sudden and be like, do you think we could borrow that?
Yeah.
We'll pay you back real soon.
They never do.
But we just really need to eat.
Yeah.
And well, you're the only one with money in the house right now.
Jesus Christ.
We really need that electricity paid.
But you can't say no to that.
I really need the gas money to go to work to not get fired to keep eating.
Yeah, I gave my parents $20 while I was home 1 month, not even 2 weeks ago, so they could get gas. Because the situation is so fucked up. Another reason. So we came all the way down here so we could put the air wyvern's egg into the spring and then fuck off. Now we're just gonna fuck off.
Yep.
Come on, Furion, you can do it.
He's peeing into the spring.
Yeah. Again, one of the lessons I learned: make your break 3 seconds or 3 minutes. Oh, yeah, I guess I can just talk about that poverty some more. Another reason I don't want to visit home is that I'm too stressed out by my parents' financial situation.
Oh, man.
I feel responsibility for them. Not responsible for them. It's not my fault they're in this situation, but I feel a responsibility as their, one of their sons who's actually doing well. Which 2 of us are. One of us isn't. But as one of their sons who is doing well, I'm like, fucking... Maybe I could, I don't know, send them a stipend to work, but I'm like, no, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Fuck that. And then Ethel was talking to me about taking out a life insurance policy on my parents because their situation's so bad. And I'm like, that's actually, I should probably do that. Probably need to do that.
Yeah.
Because I asked my dad, like, you had a health scare last month. Do you have a life insurance policy? He was like, no, we can't afford it. Like, well, that means you can't afford to be buried either. So, fuck. Just fuck. That was my response to most things when I was home, was just, well, fuck.
Like, this is depressing.
Looking at how their house is slowly falling apart, and how they can't possibly afford to replace anything, well, fuck. So
it's great when the holidays just bring on those kind of feelings.
Oh, yeah. So we did all that shit with the dragon egg, and we got the pendant, and then we come back to town to talk to the princess, but the princess is acting weird. Why is that? So we talked to her in her room, and she just wants to talk with Furion, alone.
Oh yeah, Furion.
Mm-hmm.
No, not the time to get cold feet now.
And then I'm surprised Maria isn't squinting her eyes, like, come on. Nope. Oh, okay.
Well, because
they know what's gonna happen, right?
And Hilda's like a classy lady, so
Yeah.
it's like, all right, Furion, this is cool. You're not getting us killed by pirates.
Yeah. Maybe she just wants to talk about something specific, but then she goes right to the bed and apparently stands on it.
The one.
So I imagine her just standing on her bed, being like, "Come to me," like a psychopath.
And then Furion's like, "If I must."
I guess if I have to. Zip.
Don't keep a lady waiting. I like this pink haze everywhere.
Yeah, this sex mist. Is that what the spell is called? Sex mist?
It sounds like a perfume.
Uh-huh.
Sex mist.
I mustn't. But, well, gotta get that D. I like to imagine his pants are off right now.
Sex mist by Hilda. Blasted monster, now what do I do with this boner?
His pants are still off. Not so fast. We were listening in. Wait, why were you listening? You know, get our jollies off. In my case, my Jolly Roger's off, am I right?
Hey.
Ooh. It's pirate jokes. Anyway, who wants to sodomize this Lamia queen? Just me? Alright.
They're all looking at Leela like who wants some of this cake? Who wants to sodomize this Lamia queen? There's like no one? No one else? Alright.
Going once? Going twice? No alright.
And
no takers.
Hilda's place is pretty nice.
It is.
They got some flowers that are alive for some reason.
They put a lot of work into this one battle screen that you only see the once.
Look at her like wardrobe area. Like, I don't know that.
It's got this big, God, so many drawers. Got this big mirror with like a silk.
And it's got like a wave shape to it.
Yeah.
Like a good bar has.
Mm-hmm. So you can actually stand in there and reach things practically.
Yeah.
I'd love to have a room that big. Except it would be a pain in the ass to keep warm. I guess unless you fill it with sex mist.
Sex Mist by Hilda.
Mm-hmm.
Hilda's like, thanks for showing me my new career. I'm gonna start my perfume company, Sex Mist. Ooh, diamond plate.
Yep. Getting some good armor upgrades as well. I also sold a bunch of shit out of my inventory because I don't actually use these potions. Potions are useless when you can only use one at a time.
Yeah.
At this point in the game, I don't think this game has potion upgrades either. I think it has potions and then elixirs. But a potion is useless unless you can chug like 10 or 12 of them at a time.
That'd be cool if that was an option in an RPG. It's like, here's a potion, it cures 20 HP, or you can just say, how many do you want at once?
Oh,
just
yeah.
Slam. Like, maybe you miss a turn, and your character's just sitting back there chugging the whole time, but it's quicker than going potion, waiting your turn.
Potion, yeah. And this guy just came in until and said, oh, the Princess Hilda is being held by the Emperor, and the Emperor is holding a tournament, and Hilda is the grand prize.
Hey, like women all the time, right?
Yeah.
They're always trophies.
This game's depiction of women isn't the most modern,
Man,
I'll say.
I don't want Gordon back.
Neither do I. Like, Leela was actually outpacing him in terms of... he's at the level he was when he left my party earlier. Which, Leela's level greatly exceeds his level. So it just fucked me. To the point where I don't think I even bothered to level him up at all.